moment, Robson and Ince and Webb all operating in quite a congested area in the centre of midfield. And Owen coming up on the right, he's got it in front of Ormond-Royd, a penalty. A long leg of Ian Ormond-Royd stretched out, and it brought Owen down. Steve Bruce has taken on the penalty role this year. He has a 100% record. And he still has. Right. Ormond-Royd to his left. Gasparino with the reinforcements arriving in the centre. Ormond-Royd goes on. Oh, and it's an own goal, Gary Pallister. And Aston Villa, the team that can't score, have had one presented to them by Gary Pallister.
Sheffield United, one of the First Division's form teams over Christmas, took the lead at Highbury. Vinnie Jones's cross was deflected to Ian Bryson. Bryson's third of the week kept United in front until 5 minutes into the second half, when Vinnie Jones definitely pulled at Perry Grove's shirt. You could hardly criticise the referee for awarding a penalty. Lee Dixon, 1-1. Arsenal then ran away with it. The next went down as a Paul Beasley own goal, but we've looked at it a few times. It's Alan Smith's goal, a toe poke right through Beasley's legs. 2-1. Another break down the left. Nigel Winterburn to Paul Merson. Arsenal now in full flight, and a late contender for celebration scenes of the year. Michael Thomas with a cute goal, followed by a touch of Saturday afternoon fever. United reduced to a standstill by this stage. 5 minutes from the end, Paul Davies picking out Alan Smith, his second on the day and his 11th in 9 games. The best Leeds United team for 12 years, and that's official. 14 games is the longest they've gone without a defeat since the days of Jimmy Adamson. Lee Chapman there with a goal to be proud of after 10 minutes. Now, of all the teams to get caught out like this, Wimbledon baffled and bemused by Lukic's long ball. Gary Speed 2-0 5 minutes later. As usual, Leeds had it all wrapped up before half-time. White's flick, Mel Sterling's third consecutive scoring match. Brian Clough's got his problems at the moment, and you don't need to be a genius to work out what they are. Forest are conceding all manner of goals. Niall Quinn popping up in a crowd for number 1. Less than 2 minutes later, Tommy Gaynor sprang the offside trap and cruised onto Gary Parker's over-the-top pass. For Gaynor, replacing the injured Jemson, it was just a Saturday afternoon stroll. But this was to be City's first away win of the season. Poynton's cross deflected onto the bar by David White. Quinn picking up the pieces, his 7th in 7 games. Forest defence once again in dreamland as White picked out Wayne Clark, his first goal for City after a loan spell with Shrewsbury. Kenilworth Road has seen fewer First Division goals than any other ground this season. Luton don't concede a lot, but they don't score a lot either. No wonder 3 players claimed the first. We're plumping for a Jason Cundy own goal. Kingsley Black settled it for Luton. 7 minutes from time to end a losing sequence of 3 straight. Paul Gascoigne missed out through illness. Spurs Championship hopes not looking too healthy either. Matt Le Tissier took centre stage in Gazza's absence. Having scored the first, he took the free kick that led to the second. Unmarked, Rod Wallace with his 3rd in a week and 10th of the season. Le Tissier and Wallace are a formidable pair when they're both on song. Maybe that doesn't happen often enough, but they're crowd pleasers, aren't they? Le Tissier, 3-0. More spills than thrills at Goodison Park. Martin Taylor, Derby standing keeper, presenting Mike Newell with a belated Christmas present. That was 8 minutes from the end. Newell on a sub. Shortly after that, with Neil MacDonald again the provider, little Pat Nevin popped up at the far post with a very rare-headed goal. 2-0, 3 points and a step further away from the threat of relegation. Norwich are sort of consistently inconsistent. They'll win a couple, lose a couple. They're on a downer at the moment. They certainly felt that penalty incident was more a case of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, plus a touch of the theatricals by David Speedy. Brian Burrows with the kick. 1-0. Well, Norwich have only got themselves to blame for the second, having left Speedy unmarked at the far post to volley David Smith's cross. It certainly looked as if Brian Gunn might have kept it out. Terry Butcher's second league win. An air of desperation about this one. Rangers with only 2 points from 10 games. Sunderland with only 1 point from 5. Gus Caesar fouling David Rush in the first of 3 penalties. But Paul Bracewell was foiled by Jan Steischl. Spurred on by that unexpected bonus, Rangers took the lead. Ray Wilkins crossing for Danny Maddox after 37 minutes. Sunderland back on level terms just before the interval when Colin Pascoe capitalised on Rangers' inability to get the ball clear. 1-1. Second half, barely 4 minutes old when Sunderland went in front. Rush deputising for Gabbiadini, was pulled from behind by David Bardsley. Paul Bracewell handed responsibility to Kevin Ball. No mistake. On 63 minutes, John Kay flattened Andy Sinton. No debate as to who takes them for QPR. Roy Wegley, his 15th of the season, 7 of them penalties. Rangers' deserved winner came with about a quarter of an hour left. Mark Falco.
Here's Bright on the far side now. He's got round his man. He's gone round Gillespie. It's in there. Mark Bright. Palace go into the lead. Bruce Grobbelaar shakes his head. Congratulations. Well, for the number 9. Let's see here now. As Wright got the better of Gillespie, and yes, Mark Bright just tapped it in.
Yeah, great work from Ian Wright, he turned Gillespie there, cut inside, knocks a great ball in. Mark Bright does what all good strikers do, get in front of the defender and just flicked it between Bruce's legs.